All right, I'm stuck in traffic. So bored. Oh man, do I hate traffic. But I'm stuck in traffic. All the cars around me. Look at all that stuff. Is that upside down? I don't know. Yeah. Not good. Do we have flying cars yet? Wasn't that supposed to be a thing? In the 50s and 60s, they said we'd have flying cars by the 2000s. Well, that didn't happen. All right, so I'll tell you what isn't boring. The Bitcoin price today. Woke up, nice little Shocktober. I think yesterday we were at 48, and I think today we got all the way up to about $55,000. So yeah, it looks like my little it looks like my little credit card leverage opportunity is going to work out for me. Basically, if I break 57,000, I'll make money on Bitcoin. I got a credit card with 18-month 0% APR financing, and I was able to find a couple websites where you could buy Bitcoin on it. So I said, I'll do it. I won't disclose how much. It's not that much, but I figured I wanted some more Bitcoin, so I got more Bitcoin. And we'll figure out how to repay it later. Now, I'm probably going to have to sell some of it, but the amount I purchased, I was thinking if I bought it, I think my cost average was about 55,000 per Bitcoin. Got it last like July-ish, and I knew the price was going to pump. So let's say that price goes to like 110. Well, I'm only going to have to sell half of my Bitcoin back. So I definitely don't play with leverage. I would have gotten screwed if Bitcoin tanked. Then I would have owed a lot of money. I would have owed a lot of cash and had to have sold all my Bitcoin that I bought and more. Now, I would have been okay because I do have some Bitcoin in reserve, but I would have to sell my part of my bag, which I definitely didn't want to do. But it's the same kind of thing that happens with these interest-bearing platforms. If you take a loan and you collateralize it with Bitcoin, when the Bitcoin price drops dramatically, you've got to either increase your Bitcoin amount so that they can liquidate you if need be, or you have to pay off part of your loan. So as wonderful as it is when when the Bitcoin price is going up, leverage works awesome, but when it's going down, it really hurts you. So the only way to kind of play the leverage game is if you borrow, let's say $10,000 worth of Bitcoin, $10,000, and they make you collateralize it with Bitcoin. There's something called loan to value. So they're going to make you stake some Bitcoin. So in case you don't pay back, they have your Bitcoin to sell. And so they can make the lender whole, basically. So what happens is if the Bitcoin price goes down, they need more Bitcoin to make sure that you can pay off the whole loan. So the only way that I think you can borrow smartly, let's say you want to borrow US dollar just to buy Bitcoin, because right now the price is $55,000 and you think it's going to 120 and you're just like, for sure it's going to happen. Let's say it does happen, 55K to 120. Well, then you should definitely you should definitely take a loan to buy Bitcoin. That's what Michael Saylor did. Now, where it gets hard is 0%, that's easy peasy. The only way you're ever going to lose on 0% loan is if Bitcoin goes down. I think many of us have more conviction that Bitcoin is going to go up than it goes down. So 0% is almost like a no-brainer. Now, not many people are Michael Saylor. You're people like me and you that got to borrow from who knows where. The cheapest thing out there right now is personal loans, 6%. So that gets harder. Okay, if I borrow this money, I got to pay back at 6%, and there's terms and conditions. You got to pay so much per month. It could still work out, but you got to have even more conviction, and you got to make sure that you're not buying at 80. It goes down to 40 before it pumps to 120, because then you can really be screwed that way too, because you would have to put in a lot more Bitcoin when it crashes down to 40,000. So it's a risky game. It's definitely a game that you should stay clear of if you don't know exactly what you're doing. But if you're organized, have a lot of conviction, and you have a lot of Bitcoin in reserve or a lot of US dollars in reserve, then you can be a little bit more aggressive. Make sure never to leverage yourself, where if Bitcoin goes down to like $25,000, you're not completely screwed, because you might be. So just make sure that you don't over leverage yourself if you want to play that game. I would say practice. Seriously, practice. Take out $1,000 and see how it goes. I know a lot of different lending platforms. You gotta take out like 10,000. The lowest rate is 8%. So really only play the game if it's in your favor. It'd be really nice if you could use credit cards, because a lot of them have like 18. Man, this is getting worse before it's getting better. A lot of them have 18-month 0% APR financing, which is great, but there's a huge but if you want to play that leverage game. When you buy Bitcoin using a credit card, and I have before, sometimes it gets flagged as a cash advancement, and those things suck. Cash advancements blow. There's fees, and there's like 20% APR financing on cash advancements. So buying Bitcoin on a credit card is also risky. Now, I have bought Bitcoin on a credit card where it did not get dinged as a cash advancement. It just got dinged as a sale. So I didn't have to owe any financing on that. And basically that was a free 0% loan for however, either a month, or if it's a new credit card and you have the 18-month promotional deal, then you could do 18 months. That, to me, is really easy to make a lot of money off of Bitcoin. If you could get, basically, if you can ensure 0% APR financing, that'd be amazing. Hey, maybe you're well connected and you could borrow $10,000 from a friend and pay him back $11,000. Man, right now would be the time, because a lot of people are saying we're going to like 200,000 Bitcoin before the new year, and we're at like 55 now. So that's a nice increase in the next 5 months. So yeah, the leverage game, I dabble. I don't do it too much, but I have more conviction in Bitcoin than most people do. I don't really see it going down. I don't really see us going back down to $40,000 ever. Maybe we go back down below 50 at some point, but I have more conviction in Bitcoin going to 150,000 than I do somewhere in the 39,000 range. It's all looking up to me. It's all looking like green. Oh my God, is that the end? Oh please, I got about a mile left. All right. So the last thing I'd say for the leverage game is, if you want to do it, practice. Don't over leverage yourself. Make sure you can make yourself whole, even if Bitcoin is cut in half. It's a risky game, but it can pay off. It looks like it's going to pay off for me. All I have to do is break, what did I say earlier? All I have to do is break like 57K Bitcoin. Come on. We're going to break 57K Bitcoin. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All right. And so, do I change lanes? Damn it. Go. All right, so let's change gears. Bitcoin is up 9% today. Started at 48. We're at like 55. Things are looking good. And things are going to continue to look good for all of this Shocktober. Uptober, all these little phrases that we're coming out with. Things are looking good in the Bitcoin community right now. Really interesting is divergence. I did not expect this. I was getting a little jealous of the Jesus. I was getting a little jealous of the sorry, I'm trying to get over. I was getting a little jealous of seeing all the alts do so well. Man, traffic blows. Why are the only lane that's not moving? Why is this motherfucker not moving? Okay, someone let me in. Truck, what are you doing? Oh, they just hit him. That fucking blows. That truck just hit that car. Hardcore. Smashed the fender. All right, Action Pat on the scene. In the middle of a traffic jam, they got an accident. That fucking blows. That's not the end of it. What the hell was I talking about? Trying not to get in an accident myself. Maybe this isn't the smartest thing to make videos while you're driving. Oh well. I got 2 eyes on the road. 2 hands on the wheels. 2 hands, 2 eyes. You know what's going on. I got 2 hands on the steering wheel of Bitcoin. I don't look at it every day. I check that shit 40 times a day. Come on, I know exactly where it is. You just got to be vigilant with your Bitcoin. You just got to. You just got to. Oh, the divergence. I am as surprised as everybody else at the divergence that may be happening. I didn't know that the Bitcoin dominance chart broke all the way down to 48% or something like that. And it's been as high as, I don't know, 70 to 80%. Bitcoin dominance meaning how much of the market cap is made up of pure Bitcoin. That person is dead. Yeah, that's not good. Oh my God. The car was 40% of the original size. Oh boy, not good. Not a good thing. Keep your eyes on the road, people. All right, the divergence. So, Bitcoin is, at least today and a little bit yesterday, diverging from alts. So usually when Bitcoin pumps, alts pump even more. When Bitcoin crashes, alts crash even more. So on the way up, you want alts. On the way down, you want Bitcoin or stablecoin, if you can time it. But recently, most recently, today being the 6th of October, today the Bitcoin price shot up, I think, I keep on forgetting what I say. I think it shot up 48 to 55 is 7-8%. So it shot up today 7-8%. In alts, they didn't do much. ETH maybe 2%. Polkadot flat. Cardano down. Cardano. Got him. And some of the other ones flat, not doing much. Shiba Inu pumped. Enough with these meme coins. Oh my God, the meme coins. Just, can it be like 2023 so we don't have to deal with the meme coins anymore? They're garbage. All right. So I think Shiba was the only thing that pumped today. Yesterday, something called Luna pumped. Some of these coins I don't even know of, and they're bigger than Litecoin. That makes me irritated because, I'll say it again, Litecoin is the second best crypto out there. Number 1 being Bitcoin. I really think that these smart contract coins, I've covered these so much. There's a chance that these things are just vaporware, and we're all just making something out of nothing. Now, stablecoins make me retrace that statement a little bit because stablecoins have done a lot of good. But a stablecoin could technically be built on Bitcoin. A stablecoin could be built on Litecoin. So, maybe there's no reason for these smart contract coins to stick around, but then there's gaming applications, NFT applications. So I'm gonna hold my I'm gonna hold my judgment back on smart contract coins because I just don't know. But anyways, the divergence between Bitcoin and these smart contract coins and other coins, that happened today. That'd be interesting to see if Bitcoin goes up to 70% dominance like it did, I don't know, all throughout 2017, 18, 19. Then that would be really interesting to see what happens with Litecoin. The reason I say that is partly because on Twitter, almost every day I want to say, remember, Litecoin isn't an altcoin. What do I mean by Litecoin isn't an altcoin? So do a lot of people categorize it as an altcoin? Yeah. But one of the reasons that Litecoin isn't an altcoin is because it's been around for so long. It's mimicking Bitcoin. It's proof of work. I don't think any coin that's proof of work, meaning like there's Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dash, Monero, Bitcoin Cash. I think Ethereum's technically still proof of work, but they're going to move away to proof of stake. So take out Ethereum and Bitcoin Cash because of the block debate, block war. Those are going to be hated forever by Bitcoiners. And I think the dominance of Bitcoin and the dominance chart I was talking about, the 70%, you're trying to find out who the fools are, who are the snake oil salesmen are. And it might be Ethereum, Cardano, Polkadot. Again, I'm not saying definitely is, but it could be that these people are just full of hot air. And so what it's going to come back to is this Bitcoin dominance, 70%, maybe it goes to 80%, maybe it goes to 90%. And you're thinking, wow, Bitcoin really crushing it, killing all those losers out there. Bitcoin's the best. It's the only coin out there. Hold up. It's not the only coin that's not trying to cheat people, fake people, using tomfoolery and getting their cheese. What's a coin? What are some coins that have never lied to the public, is proof of work, has an organic network effect? Yes, an organic network effect. Does proof of stake have an organic network effect? That's a big question, a difficult question to answer. Does Bitcoin have an organic network effect? Yes. Does Litecoin have an organic network effect? Yes. It might be much smaller than Bitcoin's, but it is organic. It doesn't lie. It doesn't cheat. It's straight up. Does Dash? Yeah, I would say Dash does. Does DGB? Yeah, I would say it does. Does Monero? Yeah, I would say it does. Which coin out of these ones that I just described, Dash, DGB, Monero, Litecoin, do I think has the most development on it right now? Litecoin. And remember, Litecoin can do a lot of things that Bitcoin can do. I just found this out the other day. I don't know if I've even covered this, but the first, I think I'm right. The first Lightning transaction, I believe it used Litecoin. It was between Jack Mallers and Charlie Lee. People don't want to talk about that. Once again, Litecoin paving the way for Bitcoin. Oh, what do you know? Now, I know that sounds a little bit ridiculous if you're still with me on this video, but it's the second time. Segwit, Litecoin. Lightning, Litecoin. So the Lightning development on Bitcoin has clearly surpassed Litecoin, but it doesn't mean it's not possible on the Litecoin network. In a previous video, I covered something called OmniLite, where you can make different applications using the Litecoin network. So hopefully some of these young genius developers or old genius developers use OmniLite to create NFTs, a stable coin, Lightning transactions. because now it looks like it's possible. Everything is possible on Litecoin. It is. You can't say it's not. Everything that Bitcoin has done is possible. Now, I'm not saying it's probable. I don't know if Lightning is going to take off on the Litecoin network. I don't know. But it's possible. A good case in point with anything is possible on the Litecoin network as it is in the Bitcoin network. Remember, all we do is copy the code. I'm surprised people won't get mad about that. We just copy the code and we just apply it to Litecoin. And bing, bang, boom, we've got what Bitcoin has. Is it cheap? Yeah, it's kind of a cheap parlor trick if you ask me, but it's awesome because it's like a backup to Bitcoin. So, case in point is Taproot, whatever the F that is. So Taproot is coming to Bitcoin. It's all like in the system already. It just has to get activated by miners. It's an upgrade. I think it solves some scalability. I think it solves some security. But it's just basically an upgrade. I don't really know a lot about it. It doesn't really get talked about too much on podcasts or in discussions of Bitcoin anymore because it's just a done deal. It's going to happen. But that's going to happen with Litecoin. So anything that Bitcoin can do, Litecoin can do. And that's why I say, you know, with that Bitcoin dominance chart moving up, is it important that Litecoin can do what Bitcoin can do? Hell yeah, it's important. Bitcoin is at like $55,000 right now. Litecoin, which can do absolutely everything that Bitcoin can do, is at $180. What? Alright, I know it sounds crazy, but what happens when countries, retail, businesses, banks, US Bank just started buying some more, said that they're going to be able to custody Bitcoin. What happens when all these people, slowly but surely, realize Bitcoin is a one of a kind? You know, it's Bitcoin, not blockchain. It's Bitcoin, not Ethereum. It's Bitcoin, not Polkadot. It's Bitcoin, not smart contracts. It's about Bitcoin. They're going to go, it is about Bitcoin. I guess all the other coins are worthless. Nope. Not all other coins. Not all other coins are worthless. Litecoin is right there, sitting pretty. Good community, good people, good coin, 100% uptime, has everything that Bitcoin can do. Why wouldn't someone be curious about buying Litecoin? You can get more of it for your dollar. Unit bias, that's a thing. It's going to be a thing. Unit bias is a thing. Oh my God, Bitcoin's $250,000. What's out there that does very similar things that's not going to break my pocketbook? Because it looks like all these other people got Bitcoin first. Sure, it might pump forever. Bitcoin probably is going to pump forever. But is there any other opportunities? Because I missed this boat. Is there any other opportunities out there that could be just as good? Maybe not quite as good, but are there any other opportunities at all? All these smart contract coins went away. All these smart contract coins aren't exactly what they said they were going to be. Well, there's Litecoin. Let me look into Litecoin. Oh. Oh. That's how I see it playing out. And the market cap, the LTC BTC ratio is not great right now. Maybe it's going to get even worse. But I got to think eventually, you got to think Litecoin is going to have some type of market share because it's so similar to Bitcoin. And I get it. They just changed the parameters. They just changed the amount of coins, the block speed. It's not that much different. Now it's a little different because we're taking a different path with MWeb. It's going to be it's going to be the biggest proof of work coin that has fungibility, privacy on layer one. So it's gonna be a little different than Bitcoin. It's not gonna just be a pure carbon copy. So that's interesting to say the least. So yeah, that's just kind of how I see it playing out. I've thought about this many times, and I've almost become a maximalist many times, but something is just pulling me back every time I think about what Litecoin is. Let's say there's a problem with Bitcoin and it gets banned. It's not going to work. It's also not going to work to ban Litecoin. It's the same idea pushed through. And now, why isn't something like Dash or DGB going to have the same effects? I'm not saying they can't, but there's number one, there's number two, and then there's the rest. There's number one, there's number two, and then there's the rest. It's going to be Bitcoin and Litecoin. Bitcoin could have a dominance chart of 90%. But I think Litecoin's dominance chart should be like 5. That's a great way to think about it. Bitcoin's dominance chart is going to be 90% when the dust settles. But Litecoin's dominance chart is going to be 5%. If you don't think the Litecoin price is going to pump dramatically because if it gets a 5% dominance chart from where it is right now, the Litecoin dominance chart right now is like point something. It's like 0.2%. I see the Litecoin dominance chart rising from whatever it is right now. It might be 0.02%. I don't know. I see the Litecoin dominance chart rising from 0.2% to 5%. It's going to be Bitcoin 90%, Litecoin 5%, everything else. Why? I've told you why. Litecoin can do everything that Bitcoin can do. There's going to be a slight deviation with privacy and fungibility, and I think people are going to be attracted to that big time. Gary Gensler, China, coming after you and your coins. They want to tax you and your coins. The Litecoin fungibility, it almost makes it untaxable. Almost. Now, I'm not saying it's going to have huge hiccups because I don't know if you're going to be able to sell Litecoin on exchanges if you want to buy something. We'll see how that plays out with fungibility. There's reasons exchanges, they're not going to activate Mimblewimble per se because of these problems. But yeah, I can't get into it, but problems. All right, I'm going to have to call my wife. Hopefully I can get my daughter to gymnastics. But honestly, Bitcoin dominance 90%, Litecoin dominance 5%. That's a huge increase from whatever it is, 0.02 to 5%. Everything else 5% play money. I'm excited about Litecoin. It's gotten trashed, it's gotten scoffed at, it's gotten made fun of. I think we're going to have the last laugh. I'll finish up with, you got to get your Bitcoin first, and then you can play around with alts. I don't think Litecoin is an alt. Get your Litecoin, then you can play with your DOTs, your Cardano, Ethereums, your stuff of that nature. I think that's how it plays out. I really do. If I'm wrong, I'm just some pleb on the internet. And if I'm right, see you in Bermuda.